Good morning. So I'm talking about accountability and mindset shifting and some words I had to talk to Zachary about this morning as he was heading in for day number 2, y'all. Day number 2 at work. So yesterday whooped his behind. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Yesterday whooped his behind. I got a lot of calls and texts. Thank you guys for all the well wishes for his first day, for holding him up in prayer, for all that you guys have done. Yesterday he came home and he was tired. He was tired. He was upset. He was happy. He was all the emotions, and I think he didn't know how to even navigate his own emotions of how he's feeling. So I'm going to talk it through with you, and I'm going to share some things with you that I shared with him that I had to learn myself. So I asked him how his day was. First, he called me. He said I didn't have to meet him, that he was going to walk home. I said, okay. Gave him that responsibility to let him walk home on his own. And then he got in, and like anyone else, when they come in from a day of work, they don't want to talk. So I'm like, hey, I want to know, how was that day 1? And he's like, Mom, I really don't want to talk about it right now. So I said, okay, I just want to know, how was it a little bit? Whenever you're ready, you can come talk. But, I've been waiting all day to hear about how it was. So he said, well, it was medium. I said, medium? That's an interesting way of saying it. He said, medium, yeah. He said, there was a lot of hard work. There was a lot to do. I said, well, first, do you like your supervisor? How was your supervisor? He was like, he's okay, he's good. And he smiled. And then he smiled, but he kind of did this grumble thing he does on the side. But and I was like, what's the grumble for? He said, oh, well, he's stern. He's stern as he should be because he's a supervisor. He's a boss. So I said, okay. So we're talking, and he goes a little bit more into it. And he explains that the things that he didn't like, what he did like. He said the boxes were very heavy that he had to carry. He said, well, that means we got to get up in the morning and work on our muscles, right? We got to work on strengthening ourselves and doing that stuff and working on our body again. He's like, yeah, I thought about that. I got to do my exercise again and make sure I'm taking my vitamins. Yes, Mom, the vitamins. And then he said, but I like the cleaning part, like cleaning out the lockers. It was just a lot of lockers. It was a lot. So I spoke to him a little bit about being accountable for the things that he is now responsible for. I said, this is different. This is now a job. And a job is different than, you getting up on your own every day and making decisions. I said, you now have a supervisor, you have a boss that's going to ask you to do certain things. And some things may feel like it's super hard, but that's part of getting the job. You're going to get paid at the end of this, and this is part of it. So you got to get used to some of the things. Later on, you'll could be able to have a say and do all the things. Part of having your own business and having your own life. Then you don't have nobody bossing over you. But until now, you got to learn this whole process. I said, and then there's changing your mindset, right? It's making sure you understand that this is all part of me growing into a man. This is all part of life, right? You see mommy get up every day and go to work. It don't mean every day she's going to work and she's happy about it. Sometimes we're doing the things that we don't always want to do. And it requires effort, but it requires us understanding that if we are excited when the money comes in, right, you're going to be happy when you get paid, that you understand that effort goes in for effort to come back out, or for the effect to come back out. And he says, I get it, Mom, I get it. So you just don't get paid just for showing up. There has to be some sort of effort that's put in, and this is your effort. So he started to get it. So when we were walking to work this morning, he got up, he slept like a baby. He slept like a baby. He got up to go to work this morning. He got up early, not as early as his regular. He did his walk. I walked behind him. He told me, you're not going to have to walk with me anymore. I know how to get there. I know how to get back. I said, well, I'm going to come today because it's good exercise for me in the morning. I said, and probably from tomorrow, we'll wind it down. Thursday, you guys are off, and then you're on your own. All right? I said, I'll give you the first 3 days that we'll kind of spend some time together in the morning and just make sure we understand all the different ways that you can go and come home. He says, okay, no problem, I understand. But of course he did his run ahead of me, so I'm going to post that picture of him walking 10 miles ahead of me, basically. It's all a process, and part of the process is me growing and me learning through it, sharing it with you guys so whoever needs to get their message can get something from this. And just understand that this is the new space, right? Even if we're putting together something new, we're putting a business together, we're putting an event together, we're putting, a vacation or some process together. it requires effort. It requires accountability. And it definitely requires changing our mindset. It's easy to give up. It's easy to be frustrated. It's easy to, blame others. But we also got to take full accountability on our own, on ourselves. I hope you got the message that you needed to hear today. If you did, let me know you received it. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Those that are still interested in joining us from Morocco retreat, DM me. And the kids, the Teenpreneur Boot Camp that we're going to be starting at the end of July, 5 days. Let me know if you're interested in that too. That's what's happening in July. Let's go, y'all. Creating more harmony. That's what it's all about.